To start out, I want to first emphasize that there are many people working with the clinic. We have you as a student that is operating and participating with the clinic, or you will be here very shortly. But in addition to that, keep in mind that there are mentors that have been assigned to assist you. There are supervisors that are assigned to your case and to watch over everything that is going on. There are many individuals who are assisting the clinic in some manner. And on one hand, this is wonderful. We can really give you a very personalized experience. But on the other hand, the more people there are that are actually participating with our clinic, the greater the complexity of ensuring that everyone remains on the same page. So although some of these clinic protocols I indicate may seem very almost rudimentary or very simple, they ensure that everything is being done in the same exact manner. Doesn't matter who's doing it or when they're doing it or to whom they've been assigned. Everyone is operating under the same rules to ensure everything remains consistent. And that's probably the biggest thing I want you to come away with respect to these protocols. Are some of these protocols the only way to do something? I would say no. In fact, every single time you go to a law firm, usually you have to learn a different set of protocols that they have agreed to abide by within that particular law firm. So with our clinic, we have our own set of protocols that we abide by. Without belaboring the issue any further, let's dig in. With respect to any item that you will be assigned, there is generally speaking an accompanying checklist. So if you go under App Call, which you will learn about how to use App Call, if you go under App Call, if you go to the matter that has been assigned to you, you can generate a form. So you could go down to Form Templates, then under Form Templates, you go to Checklist, and then under Checklist, you select the specific task that has been assigned to you. And when you do that and generate the personalized now checklist for the particular matter, it will have an itemized list of everything that you should be doing to complete that task. So if you have been assigned the task of a new client, you can go on to that matter, go to checklist, go to new client. You can see exactly the checklist for having a new client. Or if this is a continuing client from a prior semester that you have been assigned, in like manner, you can go on to that matter, go on to the form, go to the checklist, a continuing client, generate it, and it has the exact steps that you should be following. So to a certain extent, I recognize that the task that will be assigned to you will be very new to you. But what I recommend heartily and very strongly is anytime anything is assigned to you, if a matter has been assigned to you and you just don't know where to begin with the checklist. Go online, you will often find there is a checklist for the exact task item that you have been assigned. If you have been assigned a client and don't know where to begin, go online and you will see new client checklist. You will also find a number of other types of checklists. So in addition to, let's say, management type checklists, new clients, continuing clients, things of that nature, you also have task oriented checklists as well. So if you're generating an application and writing an application, what do you need to assemble? If you in fact are doing an office action response, what are the steps that must be completed in order for you to submit a finalized response to your supervisor that they can then review? In short, any type of task item that you have been asked to perform, there is an accompanying checklist for that as well online. So again, with any of these task related checklists, go on to the matter, you can generate the checklist for it, and after it's been generated, that gives you a little bit a lay of the land so that when you meet with your mentor, you can then create an agenda and say, you know what, mentor so-and-so, I have been assigned a new client. Here are the steps that I'm going to be doing. Want to make sure that that is consistent with what you would like me to do. Or with this new client, we need to be preparing for a prior art search. And the checklist indicates I need to do A, B, and C. But to be frank with you, I don't understand what A and B are. Can you please give me some guidance there? So these checklists are meant to be also conversation topics that you can use to go back to your mentor and say, I need more guidance, or you can dig a little bit more and figure out exactly what it is. And then you can actually present it to the mentor and say, you know what, this is exactly my completed action associated with the task based off of the checklist. Is it correct? Is it not? The other types of protocols may be time-dependent tasks. And so what I mean by that is that on AppCall, I've indicated that we use AppCall as our docketing system. And so that dockets all of our deadlines, what it is that we are doing, when, and who has been assigned a specific task, etc., etc. I do expect you that once you have been assigned a continuing, if you are assigned a continuing client, you need to be going on PAIR, that is the Patent Online Database, and be checking the matter on a weekly basis. Now the reality is that I usually get notifications from the Patent Office when anything is mailed out. But that being said, we do not want to just rely on their notification alone. Let's assume that there is some glitch and there is some action that actually went out and we were not properly notified. Well, that would be the Patent Office's fault, but nonetheless, we want to have a backup option. So get into the habit of actually going on PAIR, or in the case of trademarks, TEAS Plus would be the database that you would be checking, and you would be looking for the matter to which you have been assigned to ensure the AppCall remains up to date. So TEAS Plus should automatically be synced with AppCall such that everything remains up to date. For the patent side, it's a little bit not quite as synchronous. Either one, you need to click manually to update the matter with respect to the patent database, or within PAIR itself, you would download the XML, which is the document with all the information associated with that particular matter from the online database, and then you would import that into AppCall to update that database. With respect to naming protocols, again, this is discussed within segment 1.4 of the textbook. You may be thinking, well, with respect to naming, you don't even control the naming of the client. And that is true. I do that. But what you may very well do is name a document. So if you are working on an office action response or a patentability report that you're providing to the client, I expect you to name the document 100% consistent with what is indicated in the textbook. So namely, you have a client code that is followed by the matter type. An ROA would be response office action, or it could be potentially it could be an IDS. I indicate within there as well a power of attorney, an application data sheet. It doesn't matter what it is, but it simply needs to have very clearly what the docket is associated with that client, followed by what a very brief indication of what the document is. And I would indicate there should be no spaces in the title, followed by the date. So docket title, underscore, name of the document as far as what it is that you're working on, with no spaces, underscore, date. And the date is of the format, year, 2-digit month, 2-digit day. So 4-digit year, 2-digit month, 2-digit day would be the date format. So if you follow all that, that would be consistent with how it is that the naming protocol occurs for all documents. That ensures that when documents are also uploaded online to our database on AppCall, that it is also entirely consistent. I would note in passing the importance of making sure you are uploading the documents to AppCall. So when you finish, for example, a patent prior art search or a registrability type search, you need to make sure that you not only send the results to the clients, but you also update AppCall as well with any of the files that you have worked on and that have been completed. If you do that, many of the matters you may be working on may not be necessarily completed within one semester's time frame. So another student may be picking up this matter the following semester. If everything is on AppCall properly, it's a very easy and seamless transition. If, for example, you have not uploaded documents correctly, then you'll be getting emails from me later on trying to track down that information. That is not what we want to do. So any of the client matters that you have been assigned, I encourage you to actually audit them. Make sure that all the documents are properly on AppCall when you receive the client, to ensure that, that you are in a position to do, one, get the lay of the land and the context of what occurred previously, but also that you make sure that everything is consistent with the protocols that we have discussed.